I once had a client that used to be in the armed forces. He was in some kind of elite armed forces. I can't remember if it was like a Green Beret or something else. And I was selling his home at the time. This was like 10 years ago. And there wasn't some sort of issue, some sort of legal issue. And I heard about it. And like within the hour, I had called the lawyer that dealt with it, basically saying, hey, do we have an issue? If yes, what is the issue? Let's get it handled. And I reported back to the client the day after. And he basically said, oh, that's great, CDSD. And I sort of racked my brain because my English was pretty decent, but I never heard the abbreviation of CDSD before. So I asked him, like, all right, you got me. What does CDSD mean? And he said, oh, close this and shut it down. And I paused again. I said, well, what does that mean? Close distance, shut it down. And he explained to me that this was an abbreviation that they were taught when they were in the army. If I'm butchering like the names, forgive me. I'm not very familiar with the whole military thing. So, and he said the way they deal with problems, if you're on a mission and something unexpected happens, usually you get taught CDSD, close distance, shut it down. So you're here, the problem is here, close distance, deal with it, get it fixed. And it was a very eye-opening moment for me. And afterwards, I read about it again in the book by Oren Klaff, Pitch Anything. He covers the exact same thing, CDSD, close distance, shut it down. When someone has an objection, or someone is trying to put a roadblock in your path, or something happens and it's unexpected, it usually makes more sense to deal with it then and there, right away, and not push it further along the path. Because a problem usually doesn't get better with age. A problem doesn't age like wine, it ages like milk. Which means it won't get more tasty and nicer when time goes past. It gets worse and worse and worse, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So you better deal with it while it's small, especially if it's client stuff. Like if a client is unhappy and you deal with it right away, they are impressed by that, they are very happy with that, and you can deal with the problem now. If you wait a week, it's grown out to be like a demon size proportion problem, and now you're screwed. Because not only did you allow the problem to rise, you haven't dealt with it for a week, and people get more pissed off and more pissed off and more pissed off, and it's like a volcano building up really. While if you deal with it while it's small, you can be the hero in that story and actually squash it while it's still, a tiny problem. Do it quickly, close distance, shut it down. When these things come up, get it done. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the little bell. It helps with the algorithm. And check out these other two videos that I made for you. You're gonna love them.